Hey, today we're looking at another Majorette. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, but these cars are $3.97 and it can be found at your Walmarts thanks to being distributed by Jada. Now there's a sticker here because the original sticker, or the original thing was a UK thing. These are all the same numbers on the back as far as I've seen. This particular one has got information right here. I can't tell what year it was made because that information is always, they're hiding it like crazy now. But it's imported by Jada Toys from Europe. It's got all that Dutch, Great Britain, France, all the different languages right there. Italiano, I can't even tell you all the languages there. But we're not here to look at the packaging so much. It is a deluxe cars, which means there's a lot more to it, like metal body, rubber tires, green clovers, purple horseshoes. Wait, hold on. Oh, I'm thinking of something else. I must be getting a little hungry. Suspension, opening parts, and licensed vehicles. We'll see if all of that's true for this particular vehicle, because in the past we've had a few that weren't completely true, and I probably could have checked it off in a different way, but I'm not saving the package. All right, so these are about the same scale as a Hot Wheels car. They're about 1/64 scale, and even then, Hot Wheels cars, to be really honest with you, you know, a school bus is not the same length as a car. So when they all say they're 1/64 scale, that's not true. They just kind of throw it in there. If it was a true 64 scale, the bus would be a lot bigger. It'd be more like the ones you see for, like, I don't know, 3 times the length. I love, first off, the maroon color of this. It reminds me a lot of, I think it was Dead End from the Constructicons. It's not the Constructicons. I keep wanting to say the Constructicons. The Stunticons. It reminds me a lot of, I think it's Dead End, the one it's the Porsche with the same beautiful color, except it's a little darker on that. This is a beautiful Mustang. Look at the detail in the front. I try to get it close, but man, it's like my camera gets blurry. Look at those headlights. That's absolutely amazing. All that detail is so nice. You got real rubber tires. You got opening parts. You got the trunk that goes up, so you can put your junk in the trunk. Even on the back side, look at that. I need to zoom in and then pull back because I really don't want you to miss out these beautiful details. One of my friends wanted a Mustang, and he said the reason was it was like, well, it would go left, 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 left. So he wanted it because of the way it turned its turn signal on. I was like, really? So you're willing to pay like that much money for a car just because of its turn signal? No, there's the other things too. It's like, all right, whatever. It must be nice to have that much money to just throw away on real cars like this. And since I'll probably never own one of these, it's nice to have this version of it. Here's the information on the bottom, if that's necessarily important. Now the doors, when I was a kid, I'm talking about like 2-3 years old, my cousin Chris and I used to play with cars that had opening doors like this. Now, what happens when they have opening doors? Well, this was before the Mask cartoon was even a thing, but before Mask was a thing, I swear the people who designed the Mask vehicles were watching me and Chris play with cars, because we would go, we call them bun-buns, by the way, and if they opened the doors, those cars could fly, just like the Mask vehicles. So they close so that you won't have to fly, so you won't get a speeding ticket. And then, of course, that would have the, if this was a Mask car, these would open up in a different way, like on the main vehicle, and then this would open up to make the turbo rockets come out so you could go off into space. It's got a nice soft finish to it, very satiny finish, very nice feeling to it. It's got translucent windows in the front, the back, and of course on the sides right here. The windows are rolled down. Let's see if there's a little handle inside to roll the windows. Nope. Oh, see, you get negative points for that. You didn't have a little handle inside to roll the windows up. I don't know how I'm gonna get the windows up on this thing. Oh, you know what? It's probably electric. I probably need to plug it in so I can push the windows up. But that would be a really cool feature. I don't think cars this small are ever gonna get that feature. So let's see. It has metal body, check. Rubber tires, check. Suspension. One of my absolute favorite things that I've missed from the 70s and 80s is suspension on these cars. And it has it. It has it. I love that. That's one of the things I desperately miss. At some point, Hot Wheels stopped making it. I don't know, around the 90s, I just kind of didn't notice it. And then I got a car at KB Toys that had this key you put in, and either you can make it have no suspension or full suspension. I was like, wait. And that made me realize, oh no, cars lost their suspension somewhere along the line. And I absolutely love it. Now, it was so easy to do that you can even do a cheap way of doing it, which I've explained on videos in the past. All right, it has opening parts, check, check, and check. And then it's a licensed vehicle. Oh, you can tell this is definitely a Mustang GT. All right, so let's see now. We got one more thing in here, and this is an important thing, at least to me. I really like this. I like the little box that reminds me of the cars the way they used to be made and sold. And I mean, you might think, if you're old enough to remember that, you're like grandpa, and well, maybe I am. Now, when I was a kid, I did not buy cars like this, but I did see them. There was I don't remember what it was. I think it was Eckerd Drugs. They had a little turn table at the front, and they had the cars sitting like this. And when you bought them, they actually came inside the box. They were matchbox cars. They were literally inside of these boxes when you bought them. So when you saw them on the turnstile to it was kind of like a 5-sided thing that was kind of plexiglass, and you turned the little knob on the top and it showed you the different cars you could buy, and you say, hey miss, I would like to get this car right here. She'd say, okay, let me check. And she'd go out, she'd pull a drawer out from underneath behind where she was at, and she'd like, there it is. And if they didn't have it, she would just tell you, and then they would sell you the one inside the thing. I guess I never had that problem. They were a little bit more expensive, but I think they're nice. I think they're worth it. And of course it fits right inside the box. So it gives me very nostalgic feelings about that place. I just it's the only time I ever saw Matchbox cars being sold in Matchboxes. Everywhere else, like Kmart, Zayre, those places. We didn't have Walmart when I was a kid. I know you're like, what? If you're younger than me, you don't understand that. We had a Kmart in my town. We had, well, actually, before I was, Kmart was Crees or Craig's. I can't remember exactly, Chris. And Sky City is all we had. We went to High Point to go to the Zayre. So that one drugstore was the only place I ever saw them in boxes like this. Everywhere else had them on plastic, bubbles hanging up. So I don't know. I guess it's the quality that counts. And I think it's worth $3.97. And I think you should go out and check out your Walmart and see what you can find as well. And let me know below if there's another place that you found these, or if you also have nostalgic feelings about cars inside of boxes. Maybe you bought them like I did.